CD rates are at an all-time high. Today, we're getting into the highest CD rates of 2023. I found CDs that are up to 5.25%, which is the highest I've seen this year. So let's get right into it. Right now, the highest CD rates are on terms between 12 and 18 months. And that's because a lot of banks are expecting the Federal Reserve to stop increasing the federal funds rate. How do they know this? Well, that's because the Federal Reserve released their SEP, or their Summary of Economic Projections. That allows us to see what the Federal Reserve is predicting will happen in the future and where they're expecting their economic policies to be at. A lot of them are stating that they're expecting rates to stay flat for a while and then taper off. So banks don't want to get into these long-term CDs where they're paying a very high interest rate. I want to give all this information to you because this will determine what kind of CD you're interested in investing in. Because on the other hand, there are a lot of economists that expect interest rates to stay high. And that's because they expect inflation to also stay high. And the Fed will have to keep interest rates high in order to fight this inflation. They believe inflation is going to be sticky and that's going to cause a lot of issues for the future plans of the Fed. Again, all of this information will help you decide which CD you want to go with. The first CD I want to talk about is a 6-month CD, and that's from New Tech Bank. They're giving out a 5.25% CD rate, which is actually fantastic. Now, there is a catch to this, and you have to put down a $2,500 minimum deposit. And I know some of you don't have that and aren't interested in putting that amount down into a deposit for a CD. But don't worry, I have lots of other options for you that we're going to talk about very shortly. Another great option is from Charles Schwab. They're offering a 5% return on anything between 1 and 18 months. Now, I know this isn't quite as high as the other one I just talked about, but it's still a great return. So this is a good option to consider. As many of you have heard, there are rumors that there is solvency issues at Charles Schwab. So just remember that any of these CDs that I'm pointing out for them are protected under the FDIC, which means you have protection up to $250,000. So if you're investing less than that into this CD, don't worry about it. And if you're choosing them, don't be concerned as long as it's under that amount. Now, if you're looking for something that's a little longer term, I have a CD that's giving a 5.25% return between 18 and 23 months. This is a fantastic rate. If you're interested in a CD, I invite you to try and find a rate that's higher than this 5.25%. And this CD comes from Credit Human. I've personally never used this credit union for any of my deposits, but this might be time to start, as this rate is just too good to pass up. Including their $500 minimum deposit, which is very low, you're getting a fantastic return at a very, very low ceiling for a deposit. Make sure you consider them and check them out. They seem like a good option so far. Right now, I'm going to jump to a 36-month term, and you're going to see that the rates do come down a little bit. Right now, I'm sharing with you the same bank, Credit Human, and they're giving out a 36 to 59-month CD at a 4.65% CD rate. That's really fantastic. But I don't want to leave you just there. I just gave you that bank, let's go to a new one. The other bank that I want to bring up is First Internet Bank of Indiana, and they're giving out a 4.54% return on your money. They are FDIC insured, but just be aware they do require a $1,000 minimum deposit, so make sure you're aware of that before you invest with them. Again, I think the rate's a little bit better at Credit Human, and I'd give them a try, but you should invest anywhere you feel comfortable. Again, we're taking a bit of a jump here, as we're going to a 60-month term. And you're going to see two different options that I'm going to present to you. I'll give you the pros and cons of each. The first one that I'm going to point out is Popular Direct, and they're giving out a 4.5% return on your money. This is a great place to go, but they do require a very large $10,000 minimum deposit. So if you're not interested in that, don't worry. I have another option for you if you're looking for a long-term 60-month CD. The other 60-month term CD that I'm talking about is Barclays Online, and they're giving out a 4.5% return on your money. This is without any minimum deposit. This is a great rate considering that fact. You don't have any minimum deposit and you're going to get a 4.5% return on your money. Now remember, this is a long time to keep your money in there, and there will be penalties and late fees if you choose to take it out early. So make sure you read the fine print, not just in that CD, but in all the CDs. So you know exactly what you're getting into and that you know you're getting the right thing for you at the right time. Again, all of the CDs I shared with you do have a penalty for early withdrawal. If you're interested in learning more about different types of CDs, leave a comment below. I'll make a video about jumbo CDs, penalty-free CDs, or any other kind of CD you want to know more about. Just let me know below in the comments. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one.